Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Shakespeare Sonnet 1. We all know that Shakespeare has written 154 sonnets, and since this is the first sonnet, he gives an introduction to the content, to the theme which he is going to say in all the remaining 154 sonnets. So we can also take this sonnet as a procreation, that is a sonnet which introduces the theme of the following sonnets. And how Shakespeare begins this is, from fairest creatures we desire increase. He says in the world, everyone, if they see something beautiful, for example, even if you see a beautiful flower, you will want another plant which bears the same flower. If you see a beautiful animal, we want that animal to be having young ones, so that beauty is there all over the world. The world desires beauty. So when you see something beautiful, we want that nature, that creature, to have more and more offspring, so that the world will be beautiful. And then he continues, that's thereby beauty's rose might never die. And he says that is the main reason why this beautiful rose has never died. When people saw rose for the first time itself, they started making offspring from that. And since the rose had the capacity to produce young rose plants, even today rose is there in this world, and it makes the world beautiful. And then he says, but as the riper should by time decease, because if it does not produce the young ones when it has the capacity to produce offsprings, it will die away, it will just vanish from this world. Because as time goes, all of us will have to die. His tender hair might bear his memory. So, it is always good to have children, so that this child will bear the memory of the older ones. So, if you want your generation to bear your memory, you should always remember that you should have an offspring. That is, human beings must have children. And here we should always remember that Shakespeare's sonnets 1 to 126 are dedicated to a fair lord. So we should know that he is saying all this to his fair lord. And then he says, but thou contracted to thine own bright eye. So he says to the fair lord, but you are closing your vision very small, so that you are looking only at yourself. You know you are very handsome, you know you are very beautiful, and you are very happy with it. That's it. Feed us thy light flame with self-substantial fuel. And he says, no, you should not be like that. It should be like a fuel which spreads light all over. I want your beauty to continue in this world. And he says, making a famine where abundance lies. And he says, you have so many good qualities also. And when you have a young child, and when it bears your beauty, it will also bear your qualities. So your good qualities will also go there, and therefore here there is famine. People are suffering. But if people like you are there for generations and generations, they will help the people who are suffering, and so there will not be any famine. Thyself, thy foe, to thy sweet self too. Now he says, you are your own enemy, because you are very sweet and you are so self-obsessed. So you are not looking outside. You are very happy with what you are. And this is not good, because that is the main thing which is going to affect you in future. So your enemy is no one else but only you. Here we have to take the example of Narcissus. Narcissus is a mythological character which when he looked at his reflection in the water, seeing his beauty, he fell in love with himself. And that led to his destruction. So he says you should not become like that. You know you are very handsome, you know you are very beautiful, and that self-obsession should not spoil you from having a child. And then he says, thyself thy foe, to thy sweet self too cruel. Because when you are going to concentrate on your beauty and be very happy with it, then you are being cruel to yourself. Thou that art now the world's fresh ornament. You should remember that you are the fresh ornament of the world now, and only herald through the gaudy spring, and the only one who can oppose you is spring, and even spring will be gaudy in front of you. Spring also will be dull in front of you. Spring is a season which brings beauty to the world, which brings freshness to the world. But Shakespeare says that even spring will be only after you. You are more beautiful than spring. Within thine own bud buryest thy content. And how can you spread your beauty is only in your own bud. Only to your child you can give your content. And tender curl makest waste in niggarding. And he says, don't try to waste your time. You have to have a child soon. Pity the world, or else this glutton be. Have pity on this world, because people like you, not only beauty, he says you have many good qualities, so the world needs you. So have pity on the world. To eat the world's due by the grave and the, or else everyone will die one day. And when you die, you're going to be eaten by the world, and there will be no one like you in this world. So this is what Shakespeare says in his Sonnet 1. If you have anything more to add on to this, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Only then you will get the notification of all my videos when I post them. Thank you.